From the lush green lands to the cascading waterfalls, wonders of the world, the oldest habitat of territories on earth, a rich cultural heritage, a continent of 1.1 billion people, second largest and most populous, a continent pregnant with possibilities, home to 30% of Earth's mineral resources, 50% of its people under 25 years. Africa, the land of the great. Our spirit resilient. Our enterprise profitable. Our future inspiring. Africa is inspiring. Be inspired.
I had an argument with a friend just in the early hours of this morning who argues that the NYSC scheme, which is run in Nigeria, the National Youth Service Corps, which is meant to be a time for orientation, national orientation and integration for young people lasting about a 1-year period. My friend argues that it should be scrapped. Some people have died in the process. People don't eventually get the national orientation and integration. It has long served its purpose, therefore it should be scrapped. And I argued back and I said, no, it shouldn't be scrapped. Rather, it should be repositioned. It should be restructured to look at the current realities and trends of our times. And while we went back and forth. I now said to him clearly, I used the job realities as an example. I said, how many instances do you think when people come out of their institution, they are going to be able to get jobs readily? It is almost maybe 10% out of those who come out, if not less, that will be able to get a job, land a job almost immediately. It will take you another 2-3 years to get a good job. Don't forget that one of the plagues of our continent is unemployment, and it is massive. It is at a huge and alarming scale. But riding on the unemployment also is the underemployment, if I use that term. So there are people who actually have one thing or the other they are doing by the side or they are doing to get by, but it's not necessarily the kind of job or the kind of thing that they should be engaged in. But they don't have an option. I'll give you my own practical example. When I left school, I suffered a setback briefly because I missed service NYSC. This same NYSC I missed 3 times back to back. And it was just due to some administrative issues between the NYSC and my alma mater. And at that point, I had to say, look, I need to get a job while this thing is getting resolved after the 3rd time. And apparently, I got help from somewhere, I got a letter, it moved me to a particular location. But the job I had presented before me was the job of a waiter in a hotel. And I said, no, it won't happen. I'm a graduate. I'm far above this. The guys I'm going to be working with, yes, I'm privileged. They are not privileged. I don't hold it against them, but we are not on the same level. What level of development can I put to myself and can I apply myself to? So I said, no, on a Friday. I won't tell you what happened between Friday and Monday, but the following Monday, I went back there and I said, I'm ready to take the job. And I took the job. And I got what you would call a living wage, not necessarily, a very huge, but I got something that, got me going and coming. You couldn't save from it. It's just what it is. You just eat, you just transport yourself, you just try and get a place to put up your head. I did that for about 3 months. Now, that is even at the level of being a graduate, a university graduate. I had to make do with that. There are several unemployment opportunities, unemployment all over the face of Africa. The opportunities to get employed, very few. So I argued with this, my friend, that if there's anything the NYSC does at all, even if the national orientation and national integration is not happening the way we want it to happen, but there's something that is happening, and that is to give young people the opportunity to have a job for at least 1 year. And you can't take that away. Yes, the pay may not be the kind of pay that you would say, yes, I've made so much money. No, apparently not. But you are in the process going to have exposure, experience, on the job experience, whether it's a primary school or it's a big organization, it doesn't matter. There's still experience put on the table. The person will still have some pay at the end of the day. Well, I'm arguing and advocating for a repositioning, a restructuring of the NYSC to cater for the realities of the time. But that was the argument. And at the end of the day, he had to shift ground and agree with me that yes. I said, yes, there are people who have died, and we do not sweep that over. There are people who have died in the place of insecurity, maybe even traveling, bad roads, in the course of wanting to go and seek to get deployed to their place of primary assignment. But that does not take away from the fact that this is a scheme that has helped young people all the same. But that is not the purpose of the discourse. The discourse is to look at the reality. So first, let's admit that there's a huge, massive problem there when it comes to economic realities. The jobs are not there. The ones that are there, they are not well paying. The ones that are well paying are reserved for a very few. Even the very few are scrambling amongst themselves to get the juicy ones. So the reality is that the jobs are not there, and we have millions of young people pushed out of their institutions, pushed out of the school system every year. We have not even talked about the several who do not even go to school. Those are even in the higher number. There are several millions who do not even go to school. What are their lot? What are they going to do? What is the plan for them? Now let's come. I'll talk about one or two solutions later on, but let's look at it in that direction. So the realities are there. The other realities that we also have to deal with are realities of relationship. Those are also realities we have to deal with. Relationship in terms of social relationships, and of course even marital relationships. Yes, it's not everybody that will get married. Some people don't even want to get married, but maybe 9 out of 10 people want to get married, want to settle down, especially on our continent, on our African continent. A lot of people want to settle down, want to get married, want to have children, want to be able to say, this is my own home, this is my own family, and continue in that direction, build a generation, have a legacy, and so on and so forth. But unfortunately, though, that is another area where the challenges are huge.